Sabrina Ionescu makes New York Liberty announcement 7 hours before Valkyries game. I think it was from the flight, just feeling tired, but it's just worse today, Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello said, explaining Sabrina Ionescu's neck soreness. Turns out, she wasn't wrong. Sabrina missed the next 2 games. And while New York opened the season red-hot with a perfect 9-0 run, they've since dropped 3 of their last 4. It's a tough stretch, no question. But some relief might have arrived for Liberty fans, as Sabrina's latest announcement might ease a little of that tension. In their last matchup against Seattle, New York was missing its 3 core pieces. Forward Leonie Fiebig is still competing in Eurobasket, though she's expected back soon. Star center Jonquel Jones remains sidelined with an ankle injury and could miss up to 6 weeks. That's what made Sabrina Ionescu's absence sting even more. And with the Golden State Valkyries game about to air within a few hours, the biggest question hung in the air. Would fans see the Bay Area native take the court? Well, it seems that question finally got its answer. In a recent X, formerly Twitter, post from underdog WNBA, New York fans finally got the update they'd been waiting for. Sabrina Ionescu, neck, said she'll play Wednesday, the post read. It's the news Liberty faithful needed, though for head coach Sandy Brondello, it wasn't a surprise. She'd already listed Ionescu as day-to-day earlier in the week. Still, getting her back eases the pressure on a roster battered by injuries. Sabrina's been a cornerstone for New York all season, and her return brings much-needed relief, even if only to a certain extent. You see, at this point, there's no denying that, apart from Jonquel Jones, Sabrina Ionescu is the heartbeat of this Liberty squad. She's averaging 20.4 points and 5.2 assists a night, with back-to-back 34-point explosions not long ago. As the WNBA season reaches its midpoint, every matchup feels like a playoff preview showdown. The Liberty, sitting at 10-3, still lead the Eastern Conference, but a recent skid has teams like the Connecticut Sun breathing down their neck. Ionescu's return, and her averages of 20.3 points and 5.2 assists, could steady their championship pursuit, especially with brutal tests coming against the Aces and Lynx. So it's safe to say that when New York's offense clicks, it usually runs through her hands. And if this team hopes to steady itself against the Valkyries and reclaim its early season dominance, having Sabrina on the floor isn't optional anymore, it's a necessity. In just a few hours, the Liberty and Golden State Valkyries will clash in a high-stakes showdown. New York's dropped 3 of its last 4, while the Valkyries roll in hot on a 2-game win streak. One of those wins came against Caitlin Clark and the Fever, a dominant performance that turned heads. But this time, the Liberty has their ace back. Sabrina Ionescu returns, and she's doing it on her home turf. Within a few hours, the Golden State Valkyries will host the defending WNBA champion New York Liberty. New York, sitting at 10-3, makes its first Bay Area trip this season, a homecoming for Sabrina Ionescu. The Walnut Creek native and Miramani High alum returns to familiar ground with plenty on the line. Since the Golden State dropped both early season meetings in New York, now they hunt for payback. But with Sabrina back on her home floor, stealing that revenge might not come easy. This won't be just another game for Ionescu either. It's a rare chance to perform in front of family, friends, and a hometown crowd. The energy inside the arena is going to be off the roof. Or will the Valkyries spoil the party? Drop your prediction in the comments.